The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everybody, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Very happy to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith, and relatively happy to be here with Shaq.
It's the home of the Cavaliers here in Cleveland, Ohio, as we bring you an interconference match here at the Quicken Loans Arena. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Kings would love to finish off this road trip on a good note. Well, they are on top of their game right now, and guys, on top of the league, the best record in both conferences.
And I think for Sacramento, they've had a dream season. And I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
And once the playoffs do arrive, they won't be intimidated. They got underdogs early on, but during the course of the regular season, they've proven they can handle any situation and any opponent, no matter how tough.
Now Sacramento.
That athletic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
You look at the roster turnover that the Cavs have had the last few seasons. A lot of trades made, some hits and some misses. And you know the front office willing to make some deals to try to get this train back on the right track.
Mr. Clutch nailed from three-point land. Mr. Clutch has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Tyronn Lue.
That's right, Kevin. He told me we need to work extra hard on the glass tonight, especially at our own end. Getting position and keeping it is key. We give up second chance points. We're really putting ourselves in a hole. Kevin?
Much appreciated, David. Thank you. So what does that mean if your man is doing a better job cleaning the paint? Now here's Jordan. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. That one goes. Count it. And with the trades this Cavs team has made, several blockbuster deals in the last few years.
Well, they have a tough payroll situation that they're trying to deal with and manage and manipulate. And it's tough for a young GM to try to find a way between sticking with what they've done, or is it a time to try to start to develop something for their future? You give them credit for doing everything in their power to still compete.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Sexton grabs the board.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's the general. 8 points his last outing. Shoots from the high post. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. You're in a great group.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. It's deflected. And now Sacramento on the break. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Nancy's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Korver comes in for Young. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Jetty Osman. And George Hills subbed in for Sexton. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nance. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Look at the Heat. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, the Cavaliers just way behind.
Well, I think for Cleveland, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season. And that's not really good news for their fan base because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
Unfortunately, those expectations were right on the money. They just weren't ready to join that elite group of teams at the top of this league. And they're still in the playoff picture, and we all know anything can happen in the postseason.
Sacramento making some changes. O'Neal comes in for the Beast, and it's Bryant in for Jordan. Hill kicks to Love. It's 2-on-1. Up the floor. Bryant passes to the general. To the paint. It's stolen by Nance. Outside Hill. Knocked loose. Here's Bryant. Got a piece of it. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. Korver against Bryant. Clarkson from down in the low post. It goes.
Got into the paint and then smelled that he was around the rim and got it done.
Here's the General. Knocks down the three ball. The General's got his third bucket of the night.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Kings leading now by 13. Mr. Clutch, the pass to O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Hill kicks to Love. It's back to Hill. Up in time. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
And good awareness there to beat the clock. Now they have a break in the action to discuss some other things.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings looking at a... And playing at the center as opposed to his customary power forward position. Not Kevin Love's preference, but he accepts the role and the challenge.
The adjustment for me has just, having to...
The league in general, GA, going smaller. Love finding himself more and more moving up to the 5.
Yeah, he can certainly rebound at that position, and his perimeter shooting at the 5 makes him a tough cover.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Kings here, they've been really putting on a show, guys.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after one.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Kobe is out there with the monster. Then it's Heel. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Iverson in at the point guard position. Getting open in the NBA, not an easy task, and there are a lot of players that are so good moving off the ball.
I think the first couple guys that come to mind are J.J. Redick and Kyle Korver. Old school style in which they operate like a Rip Hamilton. And if you go back, Mitch Richmond, where they're using a multitude of screens, seemingly never stopping during an offensive possession and causing some kind of confusion. So J.J. and Kyle Korver are still doing exemplary jobs of off-ball movement.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Young comes in for Kyle Korver. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Sexton in for George Hill. Now, here's Sexton. 20 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Shot clock at 5. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Sexton's got his second bucket tonight.
You got to tip your cap to the young fella. Sexton, even with a hand in his face, able to maintain his focus.
And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Cavaliers call time here. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Kings. That one was played in Sacramento.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. That's tipped. Here's the Beast. He had 31 points in the win against Atlanta. got that bucket in no time at all.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, with all the turmoil in the Cavs locker room last season, some wondered if head coach Tyronn Lue's job could be in jeopardy. Despite leading the team to its first championship in 2016, Lue, like a lot of coaches, finds that his future in the NBA is always subject to speculation. Kevin?
All right, DA, thank you. Sacramento making some changes. Mr. Clutch, he's checked in for Heel, and it's the general in for Iverson. The shot will not fall, and Sacramento will go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
Yeah, sometimes when you're pushing the action, you can see some great teamwork, and then all of a sudden the individuals on your team can take over. All of that here tonight.
Greg, what are some of the positives that Tristan Thompson's play brings to the team?
Still a very efficient scorer on the shots that he does take, and he lives mostly inside the paint, and still a strong offensive rebounder. But his days of being a threat on the offensive end as the game has evolved seems to have kind of gone away.
Now, here is O'Neal. Goes up off the pick, and the dunk by O'Neal.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
Here's Osman. Back to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Here's the general. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Launches a three, and another three for Sacramento.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Sexton the pass to Osman. Sexton with it. The screen from Thompson. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. It's stolen by Nance. The feed to Sexton. The 15-footer. That's good on the jump shot. Sexton's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot. And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly...
And so it's Sacramento with a 19-point advantage heading into the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, what's your take?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots that...
And it's just about time.
As we return to look at the corner of Euclid and East 6th in downtown Cleveland, just a few blocks from our spot here at Quicken Loans Arena. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Mr. Clutch, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
Love is the 4 with Thompson in the middle. Then there's Sexton. Then it's Young, and it's Osman in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Kings shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. First free throw is good. Brent, the league is shaking things up as far as training and evaluation of referees. Do you think it'll result in getting a higher percentage of calls correct? They're pretty good as it is now.
The referees are fantastic.
They are.
And the fact that we're even having a discussion about a higher percentage of correct calls, Kevin, I would just like to have a higher percentage of correct calls for the rest of this game with you.
Well, good. This guy next to me handed me this card. It wasn't my idea. It was this guy over here.
Yeah, well,
he said, ask Brent about the refereeing.
We need the stats, guys.
Yeah. Oh, we do. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. That's his third foul of the game. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Young. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Jetty Osman. And it's Hill in for Sexton. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Timeout called the Cavaliers, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and some of that loss was due to a lack of hustle, especially on the defensive end.
And there are games where an opponent gets aggressive. You got to raise your level of play. They failed to do that in this one.
Kobe's checked in for Sacramento. Korver. Yes, that goes in. Korver's got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, sharp here to start the half. That's 3 in a row.
There's the pass to the Beast. They set the pick. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Sacramento. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, there's the Celtics, 5.5 games behind.
And checking out Sacramento, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And now they've got a new set of goals, and those are all about success in the playoffs. That's where men are made. They've got to have their sights very high at this point when it comes to the postseason.
Sacramento leading by 17.
And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute enough, but it isn't his top priority. Very dangerous when left alone outside.
Bryant comes with the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so it's Cleveland with it. Knocks it loose. And now Sacramento on the break. Goes up. And there's the lay-in. 14 points for the Beast.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
And with Clarkson, as good as he is outside, Greg, he prefers to shoot off the dribble than on the catch.
Yeah, and it's why Clarkson gets labeled a high-volume, low-efficiency guy. Terrific on catch-and-shoot chances. I think if he played more towards his strengths, he could put together a career year.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Nance is checked in. Out to the right wing. Here's the Beast. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Love right side. It's back to Hill. Here's Nance. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Nance has got his second basket of the night.
Hard for opposing teams to box out Nance because of all the activity that Larry Nance Jr. has. Plays alive on every possession.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Clarkson kicks to Hill. It's deflected, but they get it back. Pass to Korver. Poked away. And now Sacramento on the break. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Cleveland moving the ball around. Hill, no good. Here's the general. He has 7. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Here's the general. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Sacramento, Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Bagley. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Iverson. And it's Hield in at the 2. Fry slams it in.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Here's Iverson. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Now, here's Sexton. Iverson covering. Out to the wing. Fry passes to Nwaba. Just 5 to shoot. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. You look around the NBA, amazing players, global interest, franchise values are going through the roof. Do you feel like the league is entering a golden age if it's not already in a golden age?
I think it is, Kevin, at least offensively. What we've seen over the last 5 years with the adoption of most of the teams of the three-point shot, it's been some of the greatest offensive basketball the league has ever seen. And this idea that the evolution of the game stopped when it is at number 23 retired is kind of silly. I love where the game is at. I love where it's going. And I'm excited to be here tonight to watch this action with you.
Which number 23? We've got 2 pretty prominent number 23s in the history of this game.
I was thinking the
most
one
recent
I played
23?
against. Yeah,
oh,
that guy.
23.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. And the dunk by Jordan.
Well, that's good teammate stuff right there. Looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
Here's Sexton. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Nwaba. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 6 here in this quarter.
And you can just see the extraordinary competitiveness. MJ staying laser focused after absorbing the contact.
Here's Shaq. The dish to Bagley. Outside Jordan. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And not much else you can do. I mean, defensively, you try to make it hard on Jordan without fouling, but he's just too dialed in. And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Kings.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this team, obviously one of the elite teams. They have played with heart and passion for the game all season long, and the wins for them just keep rolling along. And tonight, it'll make win number 63.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Michael.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. Trying to cut into this lead, bad time for a miscue.
Yeah, they may have some ants in the pants right here. You just have to take what the defense gives you.
Here's Iverson. He kicks it to Randolph. Healed outside. Here's Jordan.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hield kicks to Jordan. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
And that one misses.
And the defining trait of the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better, mentally, in terms of effort, and in terms of their performance. Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now the team came in fired up from the opening tip. You could see the focus. They're ready to do battle.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
He doesn't get the second one. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Excellent shot by Korver. You knew, like he knew, it's good.
Bucket is good.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Alder,